10 Stoic Teachings to Awaken Your Motivation. Stoicism. Have you ever woken up feeling like you're just going through the motions, stumbling toward the coffee, wondering why life feels so repetitive? Many of us start our day on autopilot, letting routine carry us forward. But what if there's a way to begin each day with genuine purpose? Here's a truth. Motivation isn't something that just happens. It's something you build. It's not about waking up with a fake smile. It's about choosing a mindset that empowers you. This is where Stoicism steps in, a philosophy that helps you reclaim your day, your actions, and your focus. Imagine the alarm ringing not as an annoyance, but as a signal to tackle life's daily challenges with strength and clarity. In today's video, we'll explore 10 Stoic Teachings to Awaken Your Motivation. These timeless principles aren't just ancient wisdom, they're practical tools to transform how you face each day. Watch until the end for the final tip, which may change how you approach your entire life. If you're ready to embrace a new perspective, let's dive in. 1. Organize your day well. Planning your day well isn't just about productivity. It's about taking charge of your life, directing your energy, and setting yourself up for success. If you've ever woken up with the feeling that the day is already one step ahead of you, a seemingly endless list of tasks, errands, and expectations crowding your mind, then you're not alone. This chaotic feeling is common in our modern world, filled with distractions that pull us in countless directions. And here's the truth. The key to navigating this storm is to organize your day with intention. In Stoic philosophy, intentional planning was seen not only as a means of getting things done, but as a path to inner peace and control over one's life. Think of it this way. Imagine you're a captain at sea, surrounded by vast and unpredictable waters. Without a map or a clear route, you risk drifting, lost, and overwhelmed. By planning, you create that map, guiding yourself with purpose through each day. Stoicism teaches us that motivation and control don't come from some magical burst of energy or a perfect moment. They come from structure and foresight. In the words of Seneca, if a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Each day that begins without direction can feel like a day lost, adrift. To combat this, the Stoics emphasized the power of a clear plan, a straightforward list of what you want to accomplish. When you take a few minutes in the morning to write down your tasks, you're essentially setting the course for your day. It doesn't need to be complicated. A simple list that prioritizes your main goals and objectives will suffice. Think of it as a small but meaningful ritual to frame your mind around what you value most. But why is writing down tasks so effective? The act of listing not only helps you prioritize but allows you to see your thoughts laid out in front of you, transforming the chaos in your mind into a clear path. In our busy lives, unorganized tasks and scattered goals can create mental clutter and stress. By organizing them on paper or in an app, you're making the intangible concrete. And in doing so, you take control of your day before it even begins. You're no longer reacting to events or obligations. You're choosing your direction. This process turns you from a passive player in your life to an active leader. Having a clear plan each day helps to shape those thoughts, focusing them on what truly matters, rather than letting them be tossed around by distractions. Another core element of planning your day like a Stoic is focus. When we set a plan, we're choosing to direct our attention purposefully. In today's world, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the sheer volume of things pulling at us. Social media, emails, news, all of these can pull our focus from the things that matter most. The Stoics believed that focusing on what's within our control is essential to inner peace and productivity. A clear, prioritized list allows us to tune out the noise and keep our sights on what's truly essential. Consider Epictetus's famous advice. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. In planning, you're cultivating a wealth of focus by narrowing down your attention to only what matters, thereby preserving your mental energy. A helpful technique to add structure to your day is time blocking. where you assign specific times for specific tasks. This may sound rigid, but in reality, it brings a sense of freedom. When you allocate time for each activity, you're setting up boundaries that help you maintain momentum. It's a strategy that reduces procrastination and builds discipline, two qualities the Stoics highly valued. By dedicating a time to each task, you'll be less likely to drift or put off important goals. And when life's inevitable interruptions arise, you have a clearer idea of how to return to your priorities. As Epictetus reminds us, no great thing is created suddenly. Time blocking helps you break down those larger goals into achievable steps, progressing bit by bit toward success. One crucial aspect that often gets overlooked is the power of reflection at the end of the day. After following your plan, take a few minutes before bed to review what you accomplished and consider what could be improved. This isn't just a feel-good exercise. It's a way to create accountability and continually refine your approach. Reflection also reinforces that sense of accomplishment, grounding you in what you've achieved rather than what you may still need to do. This practice of reflecting connects deeply with the Stoic idea of daily self-examination, where we learn from our actions to be better prepared for tomorrow. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Look back over the past, with its changing empires that rose and fell, and you can foresee the future too." By reviewing each day, we set ourselves up for progress, learning from our wins and setbacks alike. It's also essential to understand that planning your day isn't about doing more. It's about doing what's meaningful. In our society, productivity is often equated with endless busyness, but the Stoics taught that true value lies in purpose, not quantity. Taking time to organize your day is an act of self-discipline and respect for yourself. It's a conscious choice to focus on actions that align with your values, to direct your time toward what makes a real impact on your life and the lives of those around you. Ultimately, planning is an act of self-empowerment. It's a way of reclaiming your day from the grip of distractions and aligning your actions with your greater goals and principles. Think of it not as a chore, but as a daily commitment to yourself. A commitment that reaffirms your intentions and sets the tone for a life lived with purpose. So, as you face the demands of each day, remember that you're not just reacting to life, you're actively creating it. Start each morning with a plan, end each night with reflection, and let each task, each moment, build the path you're choosing to walk. This is the essence of living stoically, acknowledging that while we may not control every event, we control how we approach each day. As Epictetus wisely noted, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. With this mindset, you're not only navigating the challenges of daily life, you're leading your life with strength, purpose, and resilience. 2. Write down your dreams. Starting your day feeling like you're just going through the motions can be a heavy weight to carry. So many of us wake up, hit the snooze button, and drag ourselves into a morning routine that feels less like life and more like survival. But let me ask you this. When was the last time you thought about what really lights you up? The dreams you once held that seem to have faded into the background? Imagine if, instead of letting the morning haze sweep you into autopilot, you took a few intentional minutes to connect with those dreams, the ones that give meaning to each step forward, no matter how small. This isn't about filling your mind with grand illusions or empty positivity. This is about grounding yourself in the power of self-direction and resilience, principles rooted in Stoic wisdom. The Stoics believed in focusing on what's within our control and what's more in your control than setting a course for the day ahead. By taking a few moments each morning to write down your dreams, you're not just wishing for a better life, you're setting the stage for it, bit by bit. Now, if you're wondering how writing down a dream could actually make a difference, think of it like planting a seed. Every morning that you take to reconnect with your purpose, you're nurturing something that has the potential to grow and shape the life you lead. Whether your dream is something as transformative as changing careers or something as personal as building a closer connection with your family, Putting it down in words gives it weight, grounding it in reality rather than leaving it as a fleeting thought. This simple act is like writing a contract with yourself, a reminder that these dreams aren't just fantasies, they're commitments. When you put pen to paper, you're telling yourself, "This matters to me." And that single moment of intention can be the anchor you return to throughout the day, a subtle reminder of why you're working, striving, and pushing forward, even when life throws obstacles in your path. What's more, this ritual of writing down your dreams can become a grounding force, a moment of stillness that gives you clarity before the day's noise sets in. So instead of just grabbing that cup of coffee and diving into the rush of emails, meetings, and obligations, try taking a few deep breaths and reflecting on what really matters to you. You might jot down 3 things, small or big, that you'd like to move toward. Perhaps one is completing a project at work, another is spending quality time with family, and the third is simply finding a moment of peace in your busy day. The power of this practice isn't about writing down perfect goals. It's about tuning into what you truly value and aligning yourself with it each day. The Stoics often emphasized this alignment with purpose, knowing that without it, life easily becomes a series of distractions rather than meaningful progress. When you write down your dreams, you're also opening the door to reflection, and this is where the real magic lies. Instead of passively letting the days slip by, you're giving yourself the gift of awareness. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." With a clearer vision of what you want to achieve, you start to see your daily actions not as chores, but as steps toward a meaningful destination. Imagine reflecting on these dreams at the end of the day, celebrating even the smallest progress, and learning from the obstacles. This practice brings purpose into your daily life, and in a world that constantly pulls us in all directions, having that sense of purpose is a gift. Creating this daily ritual of writing down and reflecting on your dreams also makes you more resilient to the setbacks and challenges that inevitably arise. Life is unpredictable, and there will be days when things don't go as planned. But with your dreams in focus, you can navigate these rough patches with a mindset of growth rather than defeat. Epictetus, another Stoic thinker, famously said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Writing down your dreams isn't about guaranteeing success, but about building the resilience to keep going, even when things get tough. By returning to your dreams each morning, you're strengthening your commitment and reminding yourself why you started. It's a powerful way to anchor yourself amidst the unpredictability of life. Now, consider a practical way to bring this into your daily routine. Each morning, sit down with your coffee or tea, grab a notebook, and write down 3 dreams or goals that mean something to you. These don't need to be world-changing. They just need to matter to you. Maybe you want to improve your health, reconnect with an old friend, or pursue a hobby you've put on hold. Write these down, reflect on them, and think about one small step you can take today to move closer to each of them. These small steps build momentum, turning your dreams into a reality. As the day unfolds, revisit this list and let it guide your choices and actions. When obstacles appear, as they inevitably will, remind yourself that these setbacks are part of the journey. The Stoics taught that challenges are opportunities for growth, so see each one as a chance to strengthen your resolve. At the end of each day, take a moment to look back on what you've achieved, however small it may seem. Reflect on where you succeeded and where you could improve, not with judgment but with the same curiosity and commitment you had in the morning. Think of this reflection as watering the seeds you planted in the morning, giving them the attention and care they need to grow. When you repeat this practice daily, you're not just building motivation, you're creating a habit of resilience and purpose that will serve you in all areas of life. As Seneca once said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." By making this morning ritual a priority, you're preparing yourself to recognize and seize the opportunities that align with your dreams. So, don't let your dreams fade into the background. They're not just distant stars in the night sky. They're the compass guiding you toward a life of meaning. Take control of your mornings, write down your dreams, and make them part of your daily reality. You have the power to shape each day with intention, transforming the ordinary into a journey filled with purpose and growth. In the grand play of life, you are both the actor and the director, and each dream is a scene waiting to be brought to life. So take that pen, write down your dreams, and step into each day as the creator of your own story. 3. Do morning exercise. Have you ever woken up to the shrill sound of your alarm, feeling like the day is demanding something from you before you're even ready to open your eyes? Instead of leaping out of bed with enthusiasm, you feel more like curling back into the covers as if you're not quite ready to face the world yet. Trust me, you're not alone in this. Many of us begin our days in a haze, feeling unmotivated, dragging ourselves from bed as though life is happening to us rather than us actively participating in it. But what if, instead of letting that sleepy reluctance dictate your morning, you tried a simple practice that could re-energize you and give your day purpose before it even truly begins? What if a bit of morning movement, just a small commitment to yourself, could change everything about how you face the world? Now I get it. The idea of exercise first thing in the morning might sound like something out of a wellness magazine, and maybe you're already thinking, that's not for me. After all, not everyone is born to jump out of bed at 6 a.m., ready to do squats or hit the gym. But I'm not talking about a hardcore workout. I'm talking about a small intentional act that signals to your body and mind, I'm awake, I'm here, I'm ready. The Stoics believed that we may not control what happens to us, but we do control our response. What better way to start the day than by taking control of how you enter it? Morning exercise, even if it's just a few stretches or a quick walk, is like the spark that lights the fire within you, waking up not only your muscles, but your mind. It's about getting into a state of readiness, a way to prime yourself for whatever challenges and opportunities the day might hold. Instead of allowing the day to wash over you, dragging you from one task to another, imagine you start with purpose. Just a few minutes of movement, something as simple as a stretch or a walk around your neighborhood, and you've already done something positive for yourself before the day has even begun. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." By choosing to move first thing, you're already setting the tone for the day, focusing on action, readiness, and resilience. This small act tells your mind, I am in charge of how this day will go, giving you a sense of control that carries forward into everything else you do. You might be thinking, but I don't have time for morning exercise, and I hear you. Mornings can be rushed, filled with responsibilities, and for many of us, adding another task to our plate feels like a burden. But here's the beauty. This isn't about an intense or lengthy workout. It's about something manageable that's just for you. You don't have to become a morning fitness enthusiast overnight, and you don't have to run miles or lift heavy weights. Start small. Maybe it's 5 minutes of stretching by your bed or a walk around the block with a good song playing in your headphones. Let it be simple, let it be enjoyable, and let it be yours. The key is to shift your mindset, to start seeing movement not as something you should do, but as a gift you're giving yourself. A way to tell yourself, I deserve to feel good today. Imagine, too, the ripple effect this small action can have. With those few minutes of exercise, you're releasing endorphins, boosting your energy, and giving your mind a fresh start. You're waking up your senses, bringing yourself fully into the present, and preparing yourself to handle whatever the day might bring. Epictetus, another Stoic thinker, emphasized that we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. By starting with movement, you're creating a foundation of resilience. Those days when life feels heavier, when challenges arise and stress builds, you'll have already taken that first small act of self-care, grounding yourself in strength and preparation. In essence, morning movement is less about physical fitness and more about mental clarity. It's a way to bring yourself back to the moment, to remind yourself that you are alive and capable. If you want to make it even easier, Consider setting yourself up for success the night before. Lay out a comfortable outfit, set your alarm to a song that energizes you, and give yourself a reason to look forward to those first few minutes of movement. And remember, this isn't about being perfect. There will be days when you're too tired, when you want to stay in bed, and that's okay. It's about showing up when you can, about making this small ritual a part of your life, one step at a time. Start to see it as a form of mental training, a way to build your resilience bit by bit. You're not only strengthening your body, you're training your mind to choose action over passivity, purpose over procrastination. It's about creating a habit that says, I am ready to meet this day with intention. Think of this morning movement as a quiet yet powerful declaration. Each stretch, each step, is a way of telling yourself that you are capable, that you are in control, that you have the power to decide how your day unfolds. So, tomorrow, when your alarm rings, ask yourself, will I let today happen to me, or will I choose to happen to today? This is your moment to take charge, to set the tone, to start your day with strength and energy that come from within. It's not about becoming a fitness guru or making a massive transformation overnight. It's about honoring the day ahead and giving yourself the best chance to thrive in it. As the Stoics would remind us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When you start your day with movement, you're filling your mind with thoughts of capability and resilience. You're stepping into your own power, preparing yourself not just for a productive day, but for a meaningful one. So let this morning movement be your anchor, your moment of quiet strength before the world rushes in. Let it remind you that you are alive, you are here, and you are ready for whatever life may bring. Are you ready to take that first step and greet the morning with purpose? 4. Shower in the morning. Mornings are powerful. Those first few minutes of the day set the tone for everything that follows, yet many of us rush through them, barely conscious of the potential they hold. Imagine transforming something as simple as a morning shower into a meaningful ritual that not only refreshes your body but awakens your mind and spirit. It sounds small, almost trivial, but a morning shower can be so much more than a quick scrub and rinse. It can be a daily act of renewal and motivation, a moment where you wash away the weariness of the night and step into the day with a fresh sense of purpose. The Stoics understood the importance of rituals, small, deliberate actions that help ground us, focus our thoughts, and prepare us to meet life head-on. In that sense, a morning shower can be a way of priming yourself to face the world with resilience, clarity, and optimism. When you think of your shower this way, it becomes more than just a part of your morning routine. It's a form of self-care, a way to set a positive tone that can carry you through the day's challenges. Let's break down how a shower can become this powerful morning ritual. First, it's an opportunity to embrace the present moment. As the water cascades over you, let it wash away any lingering anxieties or thoughts from yesterday. This is your time, free from distractions, a few minutes carved out for yourself before emails, messages, or meetings. Start vying for your attention. Allow each drop to be a signal, a small reminder that this moment is yours, a quiet sanctuary in the rush of modern life. The warmth of the water relaxes your muscles, releasing tension and creating space for clear thoughts to flow. You're not just cleaning your body, you're calming your mind, preparing yourself to start the day with a sense of peace. The Stoics believed in focusing on what we can control, and here's something you can control: a ritual of renewal that begins with a simple act of water and mindfulness. As you stand there, take a moment to reflect on what you want from the day ahead. What matters most to you? What goals do you want to keep in focus? Often, we rush into the day's demands without giving much thought to what's truly important. But a few minutes in the shower can give you the space to set an intention. You don't need a grand plan or a perfect answer, just a simple commitment to move through the day with purpose. This is a moment to gather yourself, to step out of the haze of sleep and into a clear mindset. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, taught that while we can't control everything that happens, we can always control how we respond. In this small ritual, you're choosing your response to the day before it even begins. You're equipping yourself to handle challenges with patience, to meet obstacles with resilience, and to approach interactions with kindness. And there's something else to consider. The shower can be a surprisingly creative space. How often do we find ourselves struck with ideas or insights while standing under the water? In those quiet moments, free from distraction, our minds can wander, explore, and solve problems in ways that often elude us in the busyness of daily life. Let your mind drift. Give it the freedom to explore without the constraints of deadlines or expectations. Maybe you'll find inspiration for a project you've been stuck on, or perhaps a solution to a lingering problem comes to you effortlessly. Creativity flourishes in these quiet spaces, and a morning shower can be that oasis where your mind finds clarity. The Stoics valued reflection, and this is your moment of reflection, a time when ideas flow as freely as the water, and you might find yourself feeling more connected, inspired, and ready to take on the world. After stepping out of the shower, you can carry that energy forward. As you towel off, consider what simple acts can extend this sense of renewal and readiness. Perhaps it's a warm cup of coffee, a healthy breakfast, or even a brief walk outside to breathe in the morning air. The Stoics encouraged starting each day with intention, building small habits that prepare us to meet life with strength and grace. These moments of self-care aren't indulgent, they're essential. When you start your day by honoring yourself, by caring for your mind and body, you're building resilience that supports you through every challenge. It's not about having a perfect morning routine, it's about creating a foundation that helps you meet the demands of the day with a calm, focused mind. You're setting yourself up to be fully present, to approach each task with energy, and to face each interaction with kindness and understanding. And here's where the Stoic wisdom comes into play. Your morning shower isn't just a part of your routine, it's a metaphor for how you approach life. You're choosing to begin each day refreshed, focused, and connected to yourself. You're telling yourself, I am here, ready to engage with the world, to tackle challenges, to seek meaning. This small ritual becomes a powerful symbol of your commitment to living intentionally. You're not just going through the motions. You're choosing to be fully alive, awake, and active in your own life. You're embodying the Stoic principle that we are in control of our reactions, our mindset, and the energy we bring into each day. And as Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, when you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Let that thought guide you as you step into your day, embracing each moment as an opportunity to live fully. So, tomorrow, when your alarm goes off, don't just roll out of bed and stumble into the day. Approach your morning shower as a moment of transformation, a deliberate ritual that prepares you in body and mind. Let it be your time to set an intention, to wash away any lingering doubts, and to reconnect with what matters. As the warm water flows, let it remind you that today is a fresh start, a new chance to bring your best self into the world. Life is full of challenges, and there will be days when you feel weighed down by the demands on your shoulders. But this simple act, this few minutes of morning renewal, can be your touchstone, a way to ground yourself in the present and approach each day with strength and clarity. And remember, life is a journey filled with twists and turns. The Stoics understood that while we can't control every twist, we can control how we navigate them. By beginning each day with a ritual of renewal, you're choosing to navigate life with intention, courage, and resilience. Let your morning shower be more than a routine. Let it be a reminder of your strength, a small but powerful way to say, I'm ready. Because every day is a new opportunity, and it's often the smallest acts that prepare us for the biggest challenges. As you step out, carry that sense of purpose with you, and face the world not just as a participant, but as someone actively shaping their own story. 5. Contact your people. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to tackle each morning with a sense of purpose and confidence, while others are barely scraping themselves out of bed, clinging to their coffee like it's a lifeline? You might wonder, what is it that gives those people that extra spark, that readiness to face the day head-on? Here's something powerful, yet simple: the energy of human connection. A morning filled with even a brief connection to loved ones, be it a quick message, a laugh, or just a good morning, can change your entire day. The Stoics, those wise ancient philosophers who understood the art of living well, believed that while we can't control everything in life, we can control how we respond and who we surround ourselves with. And starting each morning by reaching out to others is a way of grounding yourself, a reminder that you're not facing the day's demands alone. Each morning, our minds are like engines that need a little warmth to get going. A quick call or text to someone close to you, even just a "how's it going?" or a funny story, is like that first spark that ignites the engine, helping you start the day with more than just routine. It's motivation, support, and a sense of community. Maybe it's your best friend who can make you laugh no matter what, or your sibling who always has some lighthearted perspective to offer. Those small moments of connection act as reminders that life doesn't have to feel like a solitary grind. Instead of jumping straight into your tasks and stresses, you begin your day knowing you have people in your corner, ready to lift you up and remind you of the bigger picture. Why not make this a regular part of your morning? Imagine having a group of friends or family members who you connect with each day, maybe a small chat group where you share morning greetings, some humor, or even just a few words of encouragement. This doesn't have to take more than a minute or two, but it can give you an immediate boost. You'll start to feel that your day isn't just a list of tasks but a shared journey with others. And that's something powerful. Epictetus, one of the great Stoics, taught that we are not disturbed by things, but by the view we take of them. With a bit of positive connection each morning, you're framing your day in a way that emphasizes joy, community, and resilience over stress and isolation. Of course, it's easy to fall into the trap of venting or complaining when we reach out to others, especially early in the morning when we might feel weighed down by what's ahead. But remember, this isn't about unloading all your worries. It's about creating a balance, a space where you share not just what's challenging, but what's positive, motivating, and meaningful. Start your morning chats by sharing something simple yet positive, like a goal you're excited to work on, or even just a little gratitude for something in your life. When you focus on positivity, you're not only setting yourself up for a better day, but also helping those around you feel uplifted. There's a ripple effect in positivity. Your energy can inspire others, creating a cycle of encouragement that extends beyond just one morning. And let's not forget the value of listening. Sometimes giving a few minutes of your morning to hear about someone else's day or dreams can bring unexpected inspiration and clarity to your own life. You might gain new perspectives, pick up a bit of wisdom, or even learn from someone else's experiences. Stoic philosophy encourages us to learn from others and to see each interaction as an opportunity for growth. Listening to a friend or family member can remind you that we're all facing unique challenges and aspirations, and it can give you a renewed sense of purpose and empathy. It's easy to get wrapped up in our own concerns, but when you listen to someone else, you're reminded of the shared human experience, that we're all walking this path together, facing similar highs and lows. When you start the morning on a positive note, filled with connection, you're much more equipped to handle the stresses and challenges that might come your way. You're not just a single person fighting through your tasks. You're part of a network, supported by friends, family, and shared experiences. This support system gives you resilience, allowing you to face the world with a sense of strength and confidence. Marcus Aurelius, the famous Stoic emperor, said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." By starting the day with connection, you're celebrating that privilege, embracing life in all its complexity, and choosing to start each day with openness and gratitude. So tomorrow, before you dive into your emails or head off to work, take a moment to reach out. It doesn't have to be a grand conversation. Even a quick, "good morning" can make a difference. You might find that this small act helps you feel grounded, uplifted, and ready to take on the day's challenges. You're creating a habit of connection, one that reinforces your sense of purpose and makes the morning something to look forward to, rather than just something to get through. Nelson Mandela once said, "Communication is the bridge between confusion and clarity." With a little morning communication, you're building that bridge not just for yourself but for everyone around you. The energy you put out there, the laughter, encouragement, and kindness, will come back to you, creating a morning routine that's filled with positivity and support. 6. Take care of your image. Have you ever wondered why some days you wake up feeling ready to conquer the world, while other days, no amount of coffee can shake off that sense of sluggishness and lack of motivation? It's not always about caffeine or the latest motivational trend. Sometimes the key lies in something as simple as how you present yourself to the world each morning. How do you feel when you look in the mirror? If the reflection staring back at you looks drained, like you're dragging yesterday's exhaustion into today, it can set a tone of heaviness that's hard to shake. But imagine, just for a moment, if the person you saw in that mirror looked fresh, composed, and ready for the day. This is about caring for yourself in a way that boosts your confidence, elevates your mood, and prepares you to face whatever comes your way. And here's the thing, it's not about vanity. It's about taking that small, intentional moment each morning to look after yourself, something the Stoics would argue is essential for living a fulfilled life. Now don't worry. I'm not about to suggest you start every morning with an elaborate grooming ritual or meditate on a mountain at sunrise. This isn't about transforming your routine overnight. It's about making small, intentional choices that shift your mindset. Start with something simple. Set your alarm a few minutes earlier and use that time to take care of yourself. Maybe it's putting on a shirt that makes you feel sharp, running a comb through your hair, or just taking a moment to really look at yourself and acknowledge that you're starting fresh. When you put in even a little effort to present your best self, you're creating a positive feedback loop. You look good, so you feel good. You feel good, so you approach the day with more motivation and confidence. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wisely put it, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." And when you start the day feeling capable and composed, your thoughts naturally follow a more positive and motivated path. Self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Think of it like taking care of a well-maintained car. It's going to run smoother, last longer, and get you where you want to go without constant breakdowns. Just as a car needs regular maintenance, your mind and body thrive when you give them the attention they deserve. How can you expect to meet the challenges of the day if you're already feeling like you're running on empty? Sometimes, even small acts like washing your face, wearing clothes that make you feel confident, or doing a quick stretch can elevate your mindset. These small actions signal to yourself that you're ready to face the day, that you've got this. If you find yourself feeling stuck in a rut, try setting a few small, achievable goals for your mornings. These don't have to be grand gestures. Start with things that are easy to accomplish, like making your bed, preparing a healthy breakfast, or reading a page or two from a book. These seemingly minor tasks build momentum, creating a sense of accomplishment that fuels your motivation for larger goals throughout the day. And if you can find a morning ritual that you enjoy, maybe it's listening to music while getting ready or savoring that first cup of coffee with a moment of stillness, then you're setting yourself up for a more fulfilling day. The Stoics understood the power of simple routines to keep one grounded and focused, so why not borrow from that wisdom? Find those small acts that bring you joy or peace, and let them be your morning fuel. Another technique that can amplify this effect is visualizing your day before you step out the door. Close your eyes and take a few seconds to imagine how you want the day to go. Picture yourself handling situations with calmness and confidence, greeting challenges with resilience, and ending the day feeling proud of what you accomplished. This mental rehearsal isn't just a motivational exercise, it's a way of priming yourself for success. Just as an athlete prepares for a game, you can prepare for the day ahead by envisioning how you want to handle each moment. When you know what you want to achieve, it becomes easier to set your focus, maintain your motivation, and approach the day with a sense of clarity and purpose. You're not just reacting to whatever comes your way. You're proactively shaping your day, taking control of how you respond to life's unpredictability. So next time you catch yourself feeling sluggish in the morning, remember that taking care of your image isn't about vanity. It's about starting the day with respect for yourself. If that means getting up a little earlier, putting on clothes that make you feel like you're ready to take on the world, or even just spending an extra moment in front of the mirror, reminding yourself that today is a fresh start, then it's worth it. The great Stoics like Marcus Aurelius knew that looking after oneself was more than an indulgence. It was an act of self-respect and resilience. Caring for yourself is not selfish, he observed. It's necessary for survival. In a world filled with distractions and challenges, sometimes the greatest strength comes from the simplest actions. Each day is a blank canvas. When you take those few extra moments in the morning to look after yourself, to feel good in your own skin, you're not just preparing to survive the day, you're preparing to make the most of it. That little boost of confidence you get from presenting your best self can ripple outward, affecting how you approach every interaction, every challenge, and every opportunity that comes your way. So tomorrow morning, as you look in the mirror, remember that you have the power to shape your day. Those few minutes are more than just a routine. They're a chance to build a mindset that carries you through anything the day might bring. Let it be your first act of motivation and strength, a small ritual that reminds you that every day is an opportunity to be the best version of yourself. 7. Treat yourself. Have you ever woken up with that feeling like the day is staring you down, almost daring you to make something of it? Some mornings feel like a battle before you've even left the bed, with 1,000 tasks hanging over you like clouds, whispering, "Be productive, but don't stress too much." It's a heavy feeling, as though life is testing your strength to push through. Task you've been avoiding, or the project that feels insurmountable? Here's the truth. Facing life's demands takes resilience, yes, but it also takes something many overlook. A moment to pause, to reward yourself, to appreciate the small steps forward. This is where the power of a little self-indulgence, a small treat, comes into play, not as an act of laziness or avoidance, but as a way to keep your motivation fueled. It's something the Stoics, those masters of resilience and self-discipline, understood well. They knew that even warriors need moments of renewal. If you're a Stoic warrior, then each task you accomplish, each moment of effort, is a small victory, a battle won in the bigger war of life. You push forward, complete the small steps, face the obstacles. But even the toughest of warriors need rest and reward. Without that renewal, even the strongest lose strength. So why not give yourself something to look forward to? A small pleasure that celebrates your effort and keeps you ready for the next challenge? This doesn't have to be a grand, time-consuming ritual. A reward could be as simple as enjoying a warm cup of coffee after checking off a task, spending a few minutes on a favorite hobby, or stepping outside for fresh air after tackling something you've been putting off. This small, intentional reward is like a positive signal to your mind, a way of saying, "Well done. Let's keep going." And as Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, reminded us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Starting the day with a goal in mind and the intention of celebrating even small accomplishments can change the entire tone of the day. Setting small goals and rewarding yourself doesn't mean you're ignoring big ambitions. It's actually a strategy to stay engaged and motivated over the long run. Let's start small. Pick a goal. Maybe it's as simple as getting out of bed at the time you planned, finishing a task you've been postponing, or even taking the time to eat a good breakfast. Once you accomplish it, treat yourself. If you've been craving that book you've been meaning to read, let yourself enjoy a chapter. Or if there's a scenic route to work, take a few extra minutes to enjoy the drive. It's about creating a moment in the day where you genuinely appreciate yourself, a moment that keeps you balanced and motivated. And when you associate progress with these small pleasures, your brain starts to look forward to the process of achieving goals. It's like training yourself to find joy in the journey, rather than focusing only on the destination. But what happens on the days when you don't hit your goals? The days where everything feels heavier, and getting through just feels like a struggle? This is where the Stoics teach us the value of self-compassion. In life, some days will be tougher than others, and sometimes you won't cross every item off your list. That's not a failure, it's part of the human experience. Marcus Aurelius noted that you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Instead of punishing yourself for what didn't go perfectly, look at what you did accomplish, however small it may be, and give yourself credit for that. It's not about perfection, it's about resilience, about showing up even on those hard days and continuing forward. Acknowledge that there will be setbacks, and instead of seeing them as reasons to give up, see them as learning moments, as ways to grow stronger and more prepared for what's ahead. Another powerful practice to help you stay on track is visualizing your day before it starts. Picture the things you want to accomplish, and imagine yourself handling each situation with calmness and focus. This isn't just about motivation, it's about mental preparation, giving yourself a moment to set a clear intention and align yourself with your goals. When you know where you're heading, it's much easier to make the small decisions throughout the day that support that vision. Imagine yourself finishing the day feeling fulfilled, knowing that you put in your best effort and took a moment to honor that effort. The Stoics valued intentionality, being clear about one's purpose and actions, and by taking a moment to plan your day, you're embodying that same mindset. And here's where the true beauty of a small reward system lies. It shifts your focus from seeing life as a cycle of unending tasks to seeing each day as a collection of meaningful moments. A small pleasure doesn't have to be grand to be effective. It can be something as simple as taking 5 minutes to breathe deeply, or making a meal you enjoy after a long day. These moments of self-care and reward remind you that life is about balance, that even as you work hard, you can enjoy the journey. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "People are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them." When you treat yourself to small indulgences, you're choosing to see life not just as a series of responsibilities, but as a blend of effort and joy, of purpose and fulfillment. And remember, treating yourself is not about giving up when things get tough. It's about building up the motivation to keep moving forward. If you're feeling worn down by life's demands, give yourself permission to pause, enjoy a small victory, and then continue. Each small reward reinforces a mindset of growth, reminding you that every bit of progress, no matter how small, matters. The next time you find yourself overwhelmed by a to-do list, remember that life isn't only about the big accomplishments. It's about the journey, the little steps that get you there, and the moments of joy along the way. So, when you've tackled that challenging task or even just showed up on a tough day, reward yourself. Enjoy that feeling of achievement, and let it be the fuel that carries you into tomorrow. Life's too short not to recognize and celebrate the little triumphs, and a small indulgence is often all you need to renew your energy and keep going. This balance of discipline and reward doesn't make you weak. It makes you resilient. The next time you feel the weight of the day pressing down, remember that a little reward can be a powerful thing. It's not about giving up or giving in. It's about maintaining the motivation to continue the journey. Celebrate each victory, no matter how small, and know that every step forward is a step toward something meaningful. 8. Daily reward. Every day is like a blank canvas, ready to be filled with adventures, tasks, and, yes, a little bit of chaos. But sometimes, it's all too easy to feel like you're simply going through the motions, like your days are blending into a monotonous routine that leaves you wondering, is there anything more exciting waiting for me? That's where planning and daily rewards come in, not as a rigid schedule, but as a way to add sparks to your day. Little moments to look forward to that bring joy and motivation. Imagine ending each day with something you genuinely enjoy, not just that show that keeps you glued to the couch, but an activity that lights you up. It could be a quiet walk in the park, reading a captivating book, or trying out a new recipe in the kitchen. These small, intentional rewards don't just make your day feel more fulfilling. They create a sense of anticipation that keeps you motivated to push through the mundane and the challenging moments. The Stoics understood this well, encouraging us to be intentional about our choices and to live with purpose and presence. Life can easily become a whirlwind of responsibilities, pulling us along without any real satisfaction. But what if you could change that feeling by adding just one small, enjoyable activity into your day? Picture it like the victory lap after a hard-fought game. The effort you put into the day becomes more meaningful when you know there's something enjoyable waiting for you at the end. The Stoics taught that while we don't control everything in life, we do control our response to it. By choosing to include these daily rewards, you're shifting your perspective, creating a life where even the busiest days contain moments of genuine pleasure. As Seneca famously said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts," and with a well-planned reward, you're setting yourself up to end each day on a positive note. One way to bring this practice to life is to treat yourself to small, achievable goals throughout the day, knowing that each accomplishment will be followed by a small reward. Maybe you decide that after finishing a tough work assignment, you'll take 10 minutes to savor your favorite snack or listen to a song that boosts your mood. Or perhaps you promise yourself that after a long day, you'll spend time on something that genuinely interests you, like a hobby you've set aside. These small pleasures create a sense of momentum, a rhythm that makes your day feel more balanced. Life doesn't have to be a grind if we intentionally add moments that feel special, that remind us why each day is worth it. Instead of just waiting for big achievements to celebrate, why not bring joy into the everyday by designing little moments of indulgence? You might be thinking, but where do I find the time? The key isn't in doing more, but in focusing on what really matters. Often, our days are filled with activities that drain us, commitments that don't serve us, or tasks we complete on autopilot. The Stoics, in their wisdom, promoted a life of simplicity, advising us to focus on what truly brings value. Instead of filling your day with more tasks, try removing what doesn't matter to make room for what does. Even a few minutes of something meaningful can leave a lasting impact on your mood and perspective. It's about creating a day that feels intentional, a day that isn't just about getting through, but about thriving within the ordinary. Planning enjoyable activities each day isn't about ignoring responsibilities. It's about enriching the time you do have. Life is a limited resource, and each day is an opportunity to experience growth, connection, and joy. When you make time for activities you enjoy, you're choosing to do more than survive the daily routine. You're choosing to truly live within it. So, next time you open your schedule, ask yourself, what reward am I giving myself today? If the answer isn't clear, it's time to create one. You have the power to bring meaning and enjoyment into each day with small rewards that keep you inspired and motivated. Remember, as Seneca wisely said, happiness is not in the destination but in the journey we choose to create. By giving yourself daily rewards, you're choosing to make each day a journey worth savoring. 9. Break with the routine. Have you ever felt like each day is just a copy of the last? Like you're stuck in an endless loop of routine that's about as thrilling as watching paint dry? You wake up, go to work, eat something you barely remember, and come back home, only to do the exact same thing tomorrow. Sound familiar? If your days are blending together like scenes from a repetitive TV show, it's time to shake things up. Life doesn't have to be a marathon of monotony. In fact, it's within your power to break the cycle, to introduce small changes that turn the ordinary into something fresh and engaging. The Stoics understood the power of perspective and intentional living. They knew that satisfaction isn't just about adapting to circumstances, but also about finding new ways to engage with life. Imagine if each day was an open page, waiting to be filled with experiences, unique moments that bring you closer to the person you want to be. But if you're writing the same story over and over, how do you expect your life's narrative to stand out? The truth is, a life without change can easily feel stagnant. Even small shifts in routine can breathe fresh air into your daily life. Try taking a different route to work. You might discover a hidden gem of a cafe or a quiet park where you can start your day with a few peaceful moments. These aren't major changes, but they're intentional acts that encourage you to step out of autopilot and engage more fully with your surroundings. When you introduce something new, even if it's as simple as ordering a different flavor of coffee, you're telling yourself that life is more than a checklist of repeated actions. Breaking the routine doesn't mean you have to jump out of a plane or climb a mountain. Sometimes the most refreshing experiences come from the smallest choices, like trying a new recipe, reading a genre you usually ignore, or exploring a hobby you've been curious about. The Stoics believed that living well is about being present, and there's no better way to wake up to the present than by doing something you haven't done before. Think of it like a splash of cold water on a hot day. Those small changes pull you out of the monotony and make you see the world around you in a new light. It's not about making drastic shifts overnight. It's about keeping life interesting with those little daily adjustments that add up over time. Every new experience, no matter how small, is a building block for a more enriched life. Trying a different route home, calling a friend you haven't spoken to in a while, or even changing up your morning routine by listening to a new podcast instead of the usual news. These small actions reawaken your curiosity and can spark new motivation. Even if it's just a 5-minute activity, like learning a few chords on a guitar or watching a tutorial for a hobby you've always wanted to try, these moments add variety and purpose to the day. The Stoics valued growth, but they understood it didn't have to be fast-paced or groundbreaking. As Seneca wisely said, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. By trying something different, you're closing the chapter on monotony and opening one filled with potential. Maybe you're thinking, but what if I don't feel like doing something new every day? And that's perfectly okay. Not every day will be filled with excitement, and sometimes life does slow down. The goal isn't to make every day extraordinary, but to avoid getting stuck in a pattern that makes life feel dull. Embrace days of rest, but don't let them turn into weeks, months, or even years of sameness. The Stoics encouraged self-discipline and growth, but they also knew the value of accepting life's natural ebbs and flows. There will be days when doing anything beyond the basics feels like too much, and that's fine. But when you're ready, give yourself permission to break the routine and seek out a new experience, no matter how small it might seem. Over time, these little changes become a powerful habit that can transform how you see and experience each day. So why not become the author of your own story, where routine doesn't limit you but becomes the foundation for exploring new ideas, places, and activities? You hold the pen, and each day is a new chapter waiting to be filled. Life doesn't have to be a repeated series of episodes, and you have the power to write each one differently. Try taking that first step by asking yourself, what small change can I make today? If you're willing to explore, you'll find that life has far more to offer than the same old routine. Remember the words of Brian Tracy, "A day without something new is a day wasted." So go ahead, break the routine, embrace the unfamiliar, and find the excitement in your own story. 10. Maintain a balance between personal and work life. Imagine waking up each morning with a sense of purpose, like a warrior of productivity, ready to tackle the day's challenges head-on. Sounds empowering, right? But before we dive into our routines and checklists, let's take a moment to reflect on a vital question. How balanced is the relationship between your work and personal life? So often we hear phrases like work hard, dream big. But what if the real key isn't just hard work or lofty goals, but finding a balance that allows you to thrive in both areas? The Stoics, with their wisdom about discipline, boundaries, and intentional living, teach us that life is much richer when we approach it with purpose, respect for our time, and gratitude for the moments that make it meaningful. And in today's high-speed world, Learning to balance work and life isn't just a luxury, it's essential for our well-being and happiness. Think of life as a balancing act, like a performer at the circus juggling multiple balls: work, family, friendships, and personal interests. Each of these balls requires attention, and if you concentrate too much on one, the others start to fall. But how do you give each area of your life the focus it deserves without losing your balance? Start with a morning ritual just for yourself. This isn't about grand gestures or time-consuming habits. It's about a small, intentional act that centers you. Maybe it's savoring a cup of coffee without checking emails, taking a moment to reflect on what you're grateful for, or practicing a few deep breaths. Think of it as a grounding moment that reminds you that each day is a fresh start. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." Starting the day with gratitude helps you align your energy and reminds you that life isn't just a series of tasks to be completed, but a journey filled with moments to cherish. From there, establish boundaries between your work and personal time. In today's world, technology often blurs the line between these two, with notifications and work emails following us everywhere. Setting boundaries isn't about ignoring responsibilities. It's about giving each part of your life the time and focus it deserves. Perhaps it means designating a specific time each evening to turn off work notifications or committing to a no-work zone in your home. Protecting your personal time is essential for recharging, and if you don't set these boundaries, who will? This time allows you to focus on hobbies, connect with loved ones, and rest, all of which keep you grounded and better equipped to handle life's demands. But let's be honest, there are days when work becomes all-consuming, when deadlines pile up, and it feels like you're running from one task to the next. On these days, the wisdom of the Stoics is invaluable. The Stoics believed in focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you can't. If your day doesn't go as planned or a project doesn't meet your expectations, don't see it as failure, see it as a lesson. Each setback teaches you something, whether it's a better way to manage time or a reminder to ask for help when needed. Embrace these challenges as experiments in life. They're not roadblocks but stepping stones that build resilience and shape your character. And remember, sometimes the toughest days are the ones that bring the most growth. To maintain this balance long-term, cultivate discipline not just in your work, but also in your personal life. Self-discipline isn't about exhausting yourself. It's about creating routines that serve you. Make it a habit to carve out time for things you enjoy, even if it's just an hour each week dedicated to a hobby. Whether it's reading, painting, taking a nature walk, or catching up on a favorite series, these activities are essential for mental and emotional well-being. The Stoics believed that nurturing the mind and soul is as important as any task on your to-do list. After all, when you take care of yourself, you're not just happier, you're more productive and engaged, both at work and in your personal life. As Seneca wisely observed, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." So make sure your life is filled with moments that are worth your time. Balancing work and life isn't just about managing tasks. It's about creating a life that feels fulfilling, one where each day is filled with both purpose and joy. Life is not just about crossing items off a list. It's about building memories, growing through challenges, and taking the time to appreciate simple pleasures. If you're waking up each day determined to be productive, remember that true success lies in balance. Don't let life become a continuous race toward the next deadline. Take time to laugh, to unwind, and to savor those moments of connection and joy that make life meaningful. As my father used to say, life isn't just about working. It's about truly living in every breath and every laugh. If this resonates with you, consider taking a step back and examining how you're approaching your own work-life balance. What changes could you make today to bring a bit more harmony into your life? If you feel inspired, share your thoughts or experiences in the comments. And if this content speaks to you, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay connected with future videos. Remember, living well is not just about achieving, It's about creating a life that brings you joy, peace, and fulfillment every day. In the end, remember that life is about balance, purpose, and finding joy in both the big and small moments. If you're ready to create a life that feels fulfilling, not just productive, take that first step today. If this message resonates, share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights on living well. Here's to a journey filled with meaning, growth, and the courage to truly live. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.